Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are diving into a fascinating question. Are there any military tricks that could be useful for regular people in everyday life? Military training equips soldiers with skills to handle high stress situations, solve problems efficiently, and stay safe. But you don't have to be in the military to benefit from some of these tips. So, whether you are interested in personal safety, improving focus, or just want to be a little more prepared for life's surprises, we have got some great tricks to share. Let's dive in. Situational awareness. Stay one step ahead. Let's start with a big one. Situational awareness. Soldiers are trained to constantly assess their surroundings so they are ready for anything that might come their way. For everyday people, practicing situational awareness can make a big difference in personal safety. Situational awareness is all about observing your environment, noting what seems unusual, and understanding where potential exits or safe spots are. For instance, when you walk into a cafe, take a moment to notice where the exits are, the layout of the room, and any unusual behaviors. Maybe you are at a concert, just take a quick mental note of where you would go if you needed to leave quickly. This awareness can help in case of emergencies like a fire, medical emergency, or even just a sudden disturbance. Practicing this skill can become a habit, giving you that slight edge in reacting quickly and effectively to anything unexpected. Basic first aid, life-saving skills for anyone. Next up is a basic first aid. In the military, every soldier learns critical first aid skills. But honestly, these skills are just as valuable in everyday life, especially because we can all encounter emergencies where knowing what to do could save a life. Basic skills like CPR, how to treat burns, controlling bleeding, or even help someone who is choking can be incredibly valuable. Let's say you are at a family gathering and someone starts choking. Knowing how to perform the Heimlich maneuver could be the difference between panic and quick action. Or imagine you are on a hike with friends and someone sprains their ankle. Knowing how to wrap it and immobilize the injury can make a huge difference. Many places offer first aid courses and it's simply investment in safety. Knowing these basics doesn't take a lot of time, but it can really make a difference when seconds count. The rule of three, how to prioritize in a crisis. The military teaches soldiers the rule of three to manage stress and prioritize effectively in emergencies. It's easy to remember and super helpful. The rule of three goes like this. In extreme situations, human can survive 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without a shelter, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. This guideline helps soldiers prioritize actions and can be useful for anyone in unexpected survival situations. Say you got lost on a hike. Rather than panicking, the rule of three can help you prioritize. First, find shelter if the weather is harsh. After that, look for a water source, and lastly, think about food. Knowing the order of survival needs helps you stay focused and calm instead of worrying about everything at once. Learning to prioritize like this can also help in other high stress situations like emergencies where you need to think fast and act on the most important step first. Pack like a soldier, essentials only. Another military trick that can be useful is learning how to pack efficiently. Soldiers are taught to pack smartly so they can carry only what they need and find things quickly when they are on the move. For everyday life, this technique can help you pack better for trips, commutes, or even for organizing your emergency bag. A useful tip is the 3-layer system soldiers use. First, pack your essentials like your wallet, phone, and ID in the easiest to reach places. The second layer is for secondary needs like snacks, a map, or other small items. Finally, put heavier, less critical items at the bottom. This way you are not fumbling around when you need something quickly. Whether it's your backpack, a suitcase, or just an emergency kit for your car, this system helps you stay prepared, efficient, and ready for anything. Camouflage in everyday life, blending in for safety. One of the lesser known but interesting military tactics is learning to blend in. In certain situations, soldiers need to stay low profile to avoid drawing attention. While everyday people don't need to go to such extremes, knowing how to avoid standing out can sometimes be useful for safety, especially when traveling. If you are traveling alone in an unfamiliar place, wearing neutral clothing, keeping a low profile, and avoiding flashy accessories can help you avoid unwanted attention. Another example might be if you are in a crowded or risky area, blending in and staying quiet can help you move through safely without attracting attention. Adopting these tactics doesn't mean being paranoid, but just making smart choices when needed, especially if you want to avoid unwanted attention or simply keep a low profile. The power of positive self-talk, military mindset for confident. Military training puts a lot of emphasis on maintaining mental resilience, and one of the ways soldiers do this is through positive self-talk. It sounds simple, but telling yourself that you can get through a tough situation actually helps. It's a kind of self-coaching that keeps soldiers focused under stress, and it's something all of us can use. Let's say you are facing something challenging like a public speaking event or a big exam. Instead of stressing, remind yourself that you have prepared for this. Military members often repeat positive phrases to themselves in tough spots like I have got this or one step at a time. It's a powerful way to shift your mindset and stay calm, even when things feel overwhelming. Next time you are feeling the pressure, give this a try. Positive self-talk is a simple trick that anyone can use, and it's great for handling those high-pressure moments. Navigation and orienteering skills, finding your way in any situation. In the military, soldiers often learn navigation and orienteering skills using tools like maps and compasses, and it's an incredible practical skill. While GPS is great, sometimes knowing the basics of navigation can be a lifesaver if you are ever without technology. Imagine you are hiking and you lost cell service or run out of battery. Knowing how to read a map and use a compass can help you find your way back. Even simple tricks like using the position of the sun to estimate direction can make a big difference. Another useful skill is pacing. Soldiers learn to count steps to measure distance, which can also be useful if you need to gauge how far you have traveled. Learning these basic navigation skills is practical and can make you feel more confident outdoors or in new places. The Grey Man Technique, how to stay unnoticed. The Grey Man Technique is all about staying unnoticed when you need to blend into your environment. Soldiers use this technique when they want to avoid attention in civilian areas, and it's something ordinary people can use too, especially in crowded or unfamiliar places. For example, if you are commuting late at night or in a busy area, try not to stand out by dressing in neutral colors, keeping your belongings close, and not drawing attention. Avoid loud behavior and stick to the edges of a crowd. This is especially useful for travel, commuting, or anytime you want to stay out of the spotlight. The Grey Man technique is less about avoiding danger and more about not attracting unnecessary attention. It's a practical skill for those times when you had rather just blend in. Conclusion: applying military tricks to everyday life. So there you have it, military tricks that can actually be really useful in everyday life. From situational awareness and first aid to packing skills, positive self-talk and navigation. These tips can make a real difference in staying safe, organized and confident. You don't need to be in the military to benefit from these skills. It's all about using practical tools to navigate life. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching and see you next time.